welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to improve your dialogue. Dialogue is one of the hardest things to write for most writers. Today I hope to eliminate that and help it to where you are more confident with your dialogue writing. It is one of my favorite things to do. I love to use it to my advantage to tell a part of the story or show a connection between two characters. It just brings so much more dynamics to the story than if you narrate it. The purpose of dialogue is to convey something to your readers. So if you have something to say or something that needs to happen, dialogue is the best way to do it. It needs to have a meaning for your novel. There isn't just some blank conversations that normal people have because they get very boring. So one of the first things that you should do is make a character outline. I have discussed about character outlines in previous videos. I will leave the link below, but just so that you know, I really enjoyed the bubble outline. You want to write everything that is possible about your character in your outline so that you know your character, so you know what they'll say in their dialogue. The next step is to make your characters different. You want them to be extremely different from the protagonist, of course. So the protagonist has her own voice, but you also want your characters to have their own voice as well. So by doing your outline for your characters, it'll make it a lot easier. Write all the dialogue out and focus on what's being said, not "Hi, I love you too," not the narrative. Not all of the "he said, she said, they gasped, he gently touched her hand." All of that stuff you should leave out. As you're writing the dialogue, there's a few things that you should keep in mind. Make sure that when you're writing your dialogue, you don't use repetitive words. Repetitive words also make things very boring. Unless you have a character that rambles on as they're nervous or scared, just try to keep it short and to the point so your readers don't get overwhelmed of all the dialogue. "Hi, can I have some popcorn?" "Yes, certainly. Would you like some butter?" "No, no butter for me, thanks." "Okay." That's very dry and boring. And written like that, very unnecessary. You could just say they went up to the counter and got some popcorn. But if we do it differently and add some different narration, then it could work for your novel. "Can I have some popcorn?" "Yes, certainly. Would you like butter with that?" "No. No butter for me, thanks." Okay, now that scene was relevant because clearly they either have some bad anger issues or they know each other and there's some tension. You better watch it because they're going to spit in your popcorn. You want to keep them interesting and relative to what your novel is. You don't want them just to be nonsense where a person walks in and saying, "How was your day? How was your day? Oh, it was fine, thanks. What's for dinner?" Unless it really is relevant for your novel, try to keep the little stuff out. And you can even start in the middle of a conversation. So if you have two investigators that are talking about a crime, well, start in the middle of that and say, "I don't trust the scallywag. He has the motive and he has the opportunity." Something along those lines that catches your reader's interest. You just want to make sure that you're not prolonging the conversation to add information. Another good technique to make things more realistic is cutting off dialogue. So have another character cut off another person. "I'm so sorry, I never meant to." "Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't believe you." It makes things more realistic because sometimes other people do cut you off while you're talking. And it makes things a little more dramatic, a little more intense for the reader. After you've written your dialogue and you've acted out, now put in your narration. And I recommend not doing a lot of "he said, she said, he gasped, and I would put more of description, telling the reader what is going on. So what I mean by that is if the person talking is angry, maybe their fist is clenched and their muscles are bulging, their eyes are popping out of their head. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. Go and try writing your dialogue. Do it first, then read the narration later. And you can even comment me and see if it's a good narration. Alrighty, I hope this video helped. Until next time, have fun writing.